everyone, and welcome to MTU Esports. Today, our MTU Huskies Rocket League team is taking on the University of St. Thomas in the Playfly Premier League. Now, yesterday was obviously a great day for the Huskies. They played against UNC Chapel Hill, and boy, was that a League of Legends game.
That was a great one to watch indeed. I had the pleasure of being there with you throughout the whole thing. Took it
Now,
2-1.
yeah, took it 2-1.
Beautiful.
There's obviously always room for improvement, but the Huskies did great. They did a great final battle, or I guess final team fight at the end, and definitely pulled it out. Right.
That third game was so back and forth. It was like we were winning by so much, and then we were losing by so much, and somehow, some way, we got there. Like you said, final team fight. Got
And
there in the
that's
end.
all you need, right? And so we do
All it
have
takes
some
is
other
one.
games coming up. We've got obviously, the University of St. Thomas tonight. We have Kennesaw State tomorrow in Overwatch. We have Harrisburg, which is a strong team in Valorant. We have the
Yes.
University of Akron, which
We,
is a great Smash team. And
yeah,
you want
we
to
we
tell us
got
about
some
that?
we got some history with that. I play on the Smash team. We fought them in Texas 2 years ago. They are sporting Cytonics, great Ken, tough team. So that'll be interesting. It'll be a great watch for sure. On Saturday, we're playing Illinois. I'm not familiar with their roster, but that should also be a good one to watch. So tune in for that.
Sure. And they're participating in, or at least the Huskies are participating in a separate tournament called Cato Clash,
Yeah.
which is actually being hosted by the University of Minnesota at Mankato,
Yep.
which right now they're doing kind of an online qualifier, and the last two teams get to go to land. So it should be an exciting time for your Michigan Tech Huskies. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, especially the Smash team. I mean, like you said, it's double headers Friday and Saturday. On Friday, we're playing in the PCO Playfly League. On Saturdays, we're doing the Mankato, trying to get our bid to that land sometime in November. So, yeah. Other than that, you want to go ahead and introduce
Sure.
our team?
So currently on the field, we're going to have Sonder, also known as Adam Chrysley. We have Braden on Adela, James on Macaron. And
True.
this is a story I shared with our Rocky League team. But one of the two things that I looked forward to when I came back to the States was not being around macaroons and not wearing a mask. And immediately as I came back from Korea, we had to wear masks. And then now we have a player named Macaroon. So
So you can't really win, can you?
I
Ever?
can't escape it.
No.
No, but love my time in Korea. I know I appreciate the players putting up with me mentioning it constantly. But overall, great Rocket League team from your NTU Huskies. And UST's roster is going to be Michael on I Atomic, Brian on Alpha, and Eslam on Oogla.
Oogla.
I hope I pronounced those names correctly. Obviously, you're gonna see I Atomic on a champ. He's a champ 3 player, right? Then you have, of course, Braden, a Grand Champ 3 or Grand Champ 2, and then you have the last one, Ugla, a Grand Champ 1. So it's gonna be a fairly even, at least rank wise, team matchup with our guys being Grand Champ 2, Champ 3, and then another Grand Champ 1. So it should be an exciting match.
Yeah, should be a great one to watch. Recently, new roster for Rocket League. Like these guys don't have too much experience playing as a team of three, but more than more than enough faith in these guys that they're going to get the job done.
Sure. And Sonder is a carryover from last year.
Yes.
So he's going to take a lot of experience he's learned from Buddy, our Rocket League coach, into kind of the game. Unfortunately, it's not exciting like other games where you have map picks and player selects, right? And all this kind of counter movement. It's kind of just cargo, right?
Yeah.
And whoever gets the ball in the goal, and then, maybe some demos thrown in there, to mix it up. But we love Rocket League. It's fast paced. It's exciting,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I could play a sport in real life that's an esports,
Oh,
it would definitely
easily,
be Rocket League.
easily. Yeah. I mean, personally, I'd like to see some rumble and drop shot
Okay.
in the rotation, but
I
not
always
exactly a competitive thing.
sure.
sound
I
game,
always
so.
say the wrong thing, but I like Snow Day.
I was really good at Snow Day
Okay.
back in my day. Back in my day. But
1 year ago.
like five. I haven't played Rocket League in so long, but
Sure.
yes, Snow Day was a very silly one.
Sure.
I'll say.
I love how random the puck can be. And then one mode I've never been able to play is Gridiron.
I don't even think I've played that one.
So Gridiron, they started to release it at the beginning of preseason of every football season. I
Ah.
think they kind of done away with it, but it was basically just Rocket League with a giant football.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever played that personally.
But great match. We're looking to get started here. Michigan Tech just had career day.
Career fair, yeah, career
So
fair
if
was
you want to
today.
kind of talk about career fair and your experiences with it over the years.
Okay, so I've been here a while. Michigan Tech, one of the main bragging rights you have for going to this school is that our career fair is like no other. Our job placement is like no other, and that is because of career fair. 2 times a year, we get a bunch of companies to come in and advertise themselves to the student body, and the students have the opportunity to secure jobs in their respective fields every year, and also network and build relationships with people they want to see. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity every time.
So, and you have some great companies. I saw
Oh,
Polaris there. I think Carhartt was there.
yep.
And they all have factories, and factories need engineers,
Manufacturing. I mean,
right?
obviously
All kinds of things. They
manufacturing
need
jobs.
system engineers, they need
Yes.
computer engineers, they need electrical, mechanical, right? Because a lot of parts and components go into running a factory,
Are you kidding me? Oh yeah.
right? And so, esports, how does that relate? Well, we teach them those soft skills to help them take the most out of career fair, right?
Absolutely.
And the big thing is being a student athlete as well, right? We had some of our players go to the career fair function last night that was just for student athletes,
Just for student athletes, yes.
right? So there's a lot of these little extra perks that comes with being a student athlete, especially here at Michigan Tech. And that's like you were talking about is job placement,
Yes.
right? You specifically know someone, Ryan Mackey, who came to Tech, did Smash, right? And seems to be having a blast where he's working.
Got a great job. Absolutely. I mean, what else do you go to school for other than to get a job?
Sure. And now we won't mention where he works, but
Yeah.
it is a very cool place. I'm definitely jealous.
He's got one of the greatest jobs I've seen, especially in that field.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so that being said, right, we're just almost underway. They're getting into lobby now. Rocket League once again is a really exciting game to watch. It should be great to see kind of equally matched players, kind of see how they move the ball. One of the most exciting things, at least for me, is kickoff.
Yeah.
I love kickoff because it usually determines who's going to have the tempo first.
Yeah.
And with your experience in Smash, how big is tempo?
It's everything. It's pretty much everything, especially with kickoffs. It's such a simple thing you would think, but there's a lot of mind games and there's a lot of techniques that go into it, a lot more than you would think.
Sure.
So it means a lot. Yeah.
And while we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and do one of our first ad reads for tonight, and that's going to be for Bradway Enterprises. Oh,
Never
no,
mind, we're going.
we're live. Sorry, guys. My mistake. But we saw kickoff. We saw it going to the side of UST. A missed goal opportunity there from UST. And now Michigan Tech is unfortunately on defense, right? We do see some kind of fluttering by Adola there. And definitely B-Daddy, right, with that up air trying to make some progress. And it's just really, really defensive right now. Good demo by Michigan Tech. And of course, the ball going to kind of the back post there.
That's a tough challenge there. Good stuff from Adala there, clearing the ball.
Great demo, but unfortunately, there's been unrelenting attack by this USD team.
We did kind of jump into here, if you're not aware, just quite yet. MTU is in blue. That's a miss from St. Thomas.
Ugla with a miss.
And now we see the Huskies having a chance for some offense here. Sonder with the pop-up.
And you know what I really want to see? I want to see Sonder take more advantage of his down tilt.
Of his down.
That just a smash joke there.
I was going to say, what are we talking about here? This is the wrong game.
But no.
Oh, but two huge whiffs coming out from St. Thomas. Let's see what the Huskies can do with this. We can get a demo apparently on Ugly Booch.
And for those of you who don't know, Adala is a big Smash player.
Adala is a big Smash player, a Joker and Pac-Man aficionado these days, but the main game, obviously, Rocket League.
Sure.
And there he goes with the clear again.
And he's the
Kinda
local boy.
seems a little open here. Never mind. He is local, yes, from Marquette.
And the big thing we're seeing is we're finally seeing an attacking side from Michigan Tech, right?
Yeah, we're seeing not just defense, thank God.
A little bit of a double commit there, but Macaron trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, losing that 50, and the ball stuck in the corner. Now, what we'd like
Ooh,
for
that's a tough clear.
to see from the Huskies is
Oh,
to
no
get
way.
it out.
That's a free
and
ball,
we have
I think.
it's going to be close.
Oh,
Right off
oh,
the
please.
post.
Oh, no. How did we
It
squander
was
that?
really close. And
That's one of those moments where it's just like, by all means, like 90% of the time it should go in, but it just so happens to not. But we're still on offense to see what we can do. Macaron not quite there. Saunders looking to set up a play, maybe a slingshot here. Let's see what he's got. Just a wall dribble. He's got a pistol. It's never mind.
what I do like to see from the defense is they're not double and triple committing, right? They're
Yes.
keeping someone in net, and then they're challenging one at a time. And that's going to give them the ability to conserve boost. And it's also going to give them the ability to defend continuously, right?
Adal with the setup here. What's he going to do with it?
He is trying to kind of lead it towards goal. Obviously, we're going to mention one of our greatest Rocket League players here, Stewie.
Stewie.
And, you know, Stewie did a lot to kind of impress upon these young Rocket League players kind of how to play the game and use that speed and tempo. We do see an attacking play coming by Adala. A little off the wall, but it's going to be challenged by Ugla. And Ugla being really
Adala
strong
puts
on
it
defense.
middle. Sander has an opportunity here. Set up, nah, not quite enough. Didn't get him beat. I will say, love the tempo switch as for the first minute we were just on strict defense the whole time. Oh, and that should be a free goal.
There we go.
He goes.
We
Sander.
finally see
Woo!
Sander, you know, great player. You know, we like to see him come alive. Great pass off of, you know, UST. I can't see who directly passed it to him, but great play overall, and we're back to kickoff.
I mean, we had him on defense for around 3 minutes straight. Love to see that eventually the relentless offense played up as it goes straight into our goal, and we have to hold that, unfortunately. A little unlucky on the kickoffs or maybe communication. Braden could have done a little more there, but who am I to say he's
So
better
I
than
think
me?
the biggest thing was looking to develop that third man. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of confusion on that play of who is kind of providing that third man defense, but it's still a winnable game. There's a minute 30 left on the clock with a 1-1 scoreline, and let's see if our Michigan Tech Huskies can't make something happen. And we definitely have the attacking presence,
Yeah.
at least on this play.
We've been dominant for most of the game, I would say. We have the ball control for sure. We have the offensive control. It can be a little tilting to work that hard for the lead and then have it turned around immediately. But I have faith in our Huskies that we can secure this one easy. As we get an awkward touch from our rotating player there. I'm not sure who it was. Adal is going to go ahead and switch it. A little bit of a flood in St. Thomas there. Oh, and Adal is taking as far as he can, but it does get cleared.
So one thing the Huskies are doing a little bit too well, and they're setting up good offensive plays, but they're keeping a good stockpile of resources. They've had a considerable amount of boost in their favor. We just got to make something happen, essentially, with that resources in our position. And it can be tough, right? High-flying cars mixed with very fast speeds and an uncontrollable ball.
Yeah. Oh, we got what must have just been a miss by St. Thomas. They're messing up our player here.
Sure, but
See what we
Avila
can do.
full boost, right? And we've got, you know, two people in attacking position. Unfortunately, it looks like ball on the ground. So as soon as it touches, you know, it's basically overtime. So they've got to defend it. They've got to get it to touch the ground, and there we go.
Here
We're
we
back
are.
to
Yeah, okay.
we're back to kickoff.
So next goal wins here. Again, ever since that. Oh, do we have it? Oh, not quite. But
Good touches by your Michigan Tech Huskies. Great challenge by Adala. If they can just get it past Ugla, this is going to be a really, really good attacking opportunity. And Iatomic shutting down the play, right?
yep. And this is tough here. This is scary, but we are balls popped up high, unfavorable position for St. Thomas. We could maybe get a play here. Awkward touch for Sander, but he's going to do a lot with it anyway because he is that guy as Adala puts it in the goal. And there we go. That's round one going to your MT Huskies.
Yep,
What a
game
game.
one,
What a
very
game.
close. Finishing in overtime at plus 35, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, you couldn't hope for a more classic game of Rocket League.
Yep.
right? It's not a one-sided matchup where you have a team going like 7-1, right? And it's not interesting. This is a very close game with a very good school.
Very competitive game and short work in that overtime. You love to see it if you are rooting for the Huskies, as we are. So, get some
And I
heavyweights
mean,
going.
that's good. We can still have some UST fans.
We can.
We can, right? We can.
They're
We put
allowed
it.
to
We have
exist.
a great broadcast, right?
Yes.
If I was at UST, I would definitely be watching. And mainly because, once again, we have great sponsors that put this together. We have great partners. We have great student athletes,
Absolutely.
right? And we have a lot of people who make this whole train, basically work.
It takes a
And
village.
it does take a village. And so one of those big sponsors, obviously being, as we tried to mention earlier, Bradway Enterprises, which are, if you're a tech student, do you need to live close to campus?
I know I do.
Yeah, we have places for that. Find the perfect location, live where you want to live, houghtonforrent.com.
That is houghtonforrent.com. Check it out. Lots of lovely properties available for you there.
Now, one thing we do, these lovely jerseys are actually sold at our next sponsor, which is University Images. So if you're looking to pick up one of these bad boys, right, and you're wanting to spice up your style, look no further than your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Tech Huskies apparel. University owned, university operated, University Images, located in the STC, or go to bookstore.mtu.edu.
.edu. As we head into our next match we run a best of 5 for Rocket League, correct?
We do a best of 5. Best of 3, I think, would be too short, right?
It'd be a little quick, wouldn't it? We could be done in 5 short minutes here. As Adala puts it on target and this almost goes in. Thunder with the clear.
This is a great start. They won the kickoff.
Oh, and
They've
that's a
got
great
ball
touch
tempo
right
control.
there. Oh.
Huskies are really doing a good job to be very aggressive and on the offensive, basically. Great boost control, right? And we have a development here. Adala bouncing it off the backboard.
And
Can
that
we
should
put
be
it
a
in?
goal, but we flub it. Oh, a bit of a flub, but
It's so
can we
close.
get there? Oh no, it's just, and again, like I said earlier, it's one of those situations where 90% of the time the ball should hit the back of the net and it just simply doesn't get there. As we get thick, I gotta tell you, that was a nice little minefield in there.
Sure, and I mean, as a Smash player, right, you play a very movement-based character.
Oh, very much so, yes.
And I mean, with your Diddy Kong, I'm sure there are a lot of things that you can do to fake people out and make them do input.
All I do is fake people out, coach. That's what I'm known for. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
And so we have another attacking play coming by the Huskies. Let's see if we can't put this in the goal.
Oh, put it in!
Off the
Put it in!
backboard.
Oh.
Just a small miss right there, but he
Get
goes
the
for round
redirect.
2.
$8.
And there is a great goal
That
at
was an
3:37.
amazing effort by him.
So
Didn't quite get in on the first, but is ready for the second time around.
that second touch is exactly what we wanted to see from our Michigan Tech hockey.
Look at
Huskies.
the adaptability. Look at the tenacity.
Tenacity,
we're known
is the word of the day for sure. And so Sonder, very patient, picking up that kickoff, bringing it down the field.
Splits the ankles of 2-3 players in that.
And Macaron puts it for a 2-0 goal.
Goodness.
And
you just love to see it.
this is going to be harder, right? As a big soccer fan myself, right? 2-0 is a really hard comeback to make for another team. 3, it's almost secure, right?
Yes.
If you're up by 3 goals, pretty much the game is over. And
That's a nasty angle. But we're gonna get that cleared up, right? And a demo to boot, just cause.
now we don't want to count UST out because I've seen crazier comebacks in my life.
Here's the thing about a 2-0 lead in Rocket League. It seems insurmountable even though there are 3 minutes left on the clock. But the second you get 1, then it's anyone's. Then it feels like it's anyone's game.
100%.
Yeah.
And momentum is easy to reclaim in Rocket League.
Very much so. But as Texas a bit of a breakthrough under the last defender, let's see if anyone's free jump there. Not quite, but Huskies are going to get a demo and keep this offense up. That could easily be a goal, but not quite. Good defense by UST there.
And UST has really good defense. They have had some really great attacking plays. They're not a team to kind of just count down and out, right?
Yeah, I mean, you remember game 1.
Very close.
I mean, we were just peppering them for what felt like over 3 minutes straight, and they just could not let anything in until eventually they did. And how can you blame them? I mean, 3 straight minutes of offense is enough for anyone to unfold at some point as we get another goal. That teamwork was amazing. This team, I haven't seen them play together personally, but the synergy seems like it's there. And like we said, 3-0, bit of a lucky bounce from
Some
Sonder. Not
really
sure
good
if that was
touches.
intentional.
I mean, that pinch right on the end of the goal, like, we'll give it to him, right?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, I did say earlier he was that guy. I know he is that guy. So it was probably completely intentional as the defender for USC somewhat misses there and giving us an opportunity to get another one in the back of the net.
You've got to be a little bit defeated, right? It is a 3-0 scoreline with 2
3-0
minutes
is
left.
really tough with 2 minutes, as especially seeing as efficient as our team is. As Adala goes up for another one, easily could have had one there if not for the third man there.
And that's, I think, the most exciting thing about Rocket League is all the things that these cars can do in the air.
It is so sweet, and that's what held me back when I played. I couldn't fathom how to do any of that stuff. I knew how to play the game. I knew where I was supposed to be on the field. I cannot air dribble. I cannot muscle flip. I cannot do any of that stuff. And that's where the separation is.
Exactly. And just like in Smash, right? I consider myself to be a terrible Smash player. And you guys remind me of that all the time. And, you know, all of you guys have kind of given me advice on how to be a little bit better. Like, for example, you guys talk about how Cloud's up B off of shield and how punishable that can be to, or oppressive to other players. Personally, I like my rage drive with Kazuya, and I seem to always catch each one of you at an opportune moment. But back to Rocket League, right now UST is on the offensive.
Looks like we should get a clear here. Oh, that's a nasty clear. That could easily be another goal for us. But is that B Daddy gets a clear?
B Daddy does get the clear. I Atomic is on the attack. Great pass here to B Daddy. Let's see if he can't put this away.
Going for a flip here. Ooh, that was
And
a little nasty.
great play by
That was
B Daddy.
a little nasty.
That was
Making the flip.
That was
reset.
the momentum you want to see from this UST team, and you know we want to see both teams do really well. Obviously, we're biased.
We would love to see Huskies win, but more than anything, well, no, more than anything, we want to see the Huskies win. But secondly, we do want to see a good game, some good competition here. So I'm glad they got one on the board for themselves. As Abdallah is going to put it in the back of the net. Just kidding. I was trying to speak it into existence.
And you're trying to work the casted curse in your favor, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's a great game because if you guys aren't familiar with the casted curse, is they would say something like, you know, there's no way that Michigan Tech scores another goal here.
Yeah,
and then it just happened.
For example, we couldn't possibly lose a 3-1 lead from here. Now it is impossible. But if I said, I guarantee you, chat room, if I said that 5 seconds earlier, would have been an entirely different story. But here we are, Huskies up 2-0 in the best of 5 going into game 3, and I'm fired up. How about you?
Yep. So we have just one more, right?
Yes.
It is a best of 5. So we are up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a huge, huge comeback need for UST, right? They're going to have to win 2 games unanswered.
Yes.
And then a third.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier to win just one more game out of a total of 3 more possible games than it is to win 3 straight. But that being said, if you are the Huskies, you have to maintain that locked inness. You got to make sure you're firing on all 4 cylinders. I'm not sure how many cylinders these cars take because they are so small. But
Well, we like to believe, right? Because there's the Batmobile.
there is the Batmobile.
So the Batmobile, other cars, we'd like to see them have at least 6 cylinders, right? I think that's a pretty confident guess, even though they are so tiny.
You can make 4 work there, I'm sure.
And I'm sure there's someone out there that's made an RC car in the shape of all of the Rocket League cars,
Without a doubt.
right? My favorite being the Scarab, obviously, because it's the best car in the world, right?
Not
But we have
quite,
another
But here we are
into
already into game 3. They keep cutting us off. They just want to. Our Huskies want to get this done and over with, and I can't blame them. They got places to be.
If you're a student athlete, right? You have exams, you have homework to do.
Oh yes.
Rocket League is really with that one game that game days are never that long.
No. It's a very high-paced game. Doesn't have to be long if you don't want it to be. If you simply, this is a little awkward for Huskies, but we do get the clear.
Great defense by your Michigan Tech Huskies there. Let's see if they can't have forward momentum. But you are right. Rocket League is not like League of Legends, where each game can be 50 minutes long.
As we saw last night, at least in that game 3, I know that one was haven't for quite a while. And it was a
Great defense by
nonstop drill
Macaron.
run.
It's going to, unfortunately, back into the corner. Let's see if Sonder can't do something with it.
Bit of an awkward stop and a good bump from Sonder. They're giving Aidala the chance to make something of his play, even though he got bumped. And Macaroon comes in, and we're still on offense. Ooh,
This
great
ball was
defense.
still kind of in a threatening position, but now it's been equalized, and UST is now on the attack. One of the biggest things you'd like
Macaroon
to
was a
see
great player.
is more of what Macaron just did, which was
Oh my
he
goodness!
definitely shook the defense, and Sonder putting it away.
Look at Macaroon's effort here, an absolute enforcer. He said, "You are not stopping me. You cannot stop me. You are small."
Love to see the energy. Sonder was in the right place at the right time, and we're back to kickoff.
Absolutely, with the Huskies up with a 1-0 lead as we are getting a little okay. Good
That was
stop
a
from
great
Sonder.
demo
Great
by
stop from Sonder.
the St. Thomas opponent. They did have a great forward attacking play. Unfortunately, the ball, at least on the Husky side, has spent a lot of time in the corner, and that's great for the Huskies. A little bit harder for UST. And realistically, great defensive play. Let's see if Sonder can't put it in the back of the goal, and he does, and so it's 2-0. There's
And
3
they
minutes
just-
left on the clock.
And that one hurts because it just feels like they kind of set him up for that little bit of miscommunication on the USC defense. But we'll take that as the day is long. Absolutely, Sonder put it in the back of the net, as he is known to do
Sure.
so often.
And it's been a really good series. We've had some breakout performances by Sonder. We've had some breakout performances by Aidala. We've had some breakout performances by Macaron.
Especially,
right?
yes.
They're all playing really good Rocket League. And sometimes, and I've said this to each and every team, that sometimes you just have to make less mistakes than your opponent.
And that's certainly what we're looking at here. I mean, I have no criticism for our team at this point because we're really not letting anything go through. The one goal that we let go through was straight off of a kickoff. That stuff happens. Other than that, we've just been so clean as we almost put another one in there. Good defense by USC.
And realistically, it's a
Oh
really
my
impressive
goodness.
attacking opportunity. And Aidala, he just didn't want to get off of that touch, and he almost basically just putted it right into the goal.
Oh, I mean, I saw the vision there. It was really good, but good defense by USC there. As they're actually pushing us on offense now. But bit of a good team from Sonder. Gets cut off by USC.
And so it's just hovering right now in the corner. Aidala getting a good attacking play. A little bit of miscommunication by your Michigan Tech Huskies. They're back on defense, but they're not down and out, right? There's 1:35 left on the clock, and they're setting up for an attacking play.
And the most important thing, though, was that while we were in a bit of a stressful situation on defense, you could see that there was no panic in either of our teams. They knew what they had to do, and they got into the right position to accomplish that. As a demo comes out, and yeah, that was a good demo. What are you going to do about that?
So that's one thing I'd like to see more of from our Michigan Tech Huskies, and it's a great play, is demoing the person in goal.
Yeah.
Right? You really restrict the defensive options when that happens. It was a great play by UST. Very smart, right? And they got to go on the board, right? It's 1:15 left on the clock, and it's anyone's game.
Yeah, all of a sudden it was looking like it was going to be a 3-0 and a handshake. But like we said earlier, a one-goal lead is not sustainable. You gotta have a little bit more than that. It's anyone's game at this point.
And so we have a 1 minute warning coming out with a shot on goal by Atomic. And really, we just want to clear, and we want to burn that clock down as much as possible.
And that's exactly what you see Macaron do, and not try. He didn't have any boost, but either way, burning the clock down, you love to see it. Exactly what we need right now.
And Aidala getting a little bit of trouble there in the corner, right? He had 2 defenders on him, but they did get the clear, and it's going to reset the attacking play for UST.
Somehow we got a scoring opportunity.
Sure, and what we see from a lot of teams is when it's so low on the clock like this, they like to be all offense, and that's why you have the opening for
How
Macaron.
did that happen? How was he? Oh, was it the bump in the air? A bit of a. Oh yeah, just bad communication on the USC defense
So,
there.
like I was saying, when it's usually this close, they go all attack.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? I suppose.
And so it's unfortunate, but now it's 3-1 with 22 seconds. And this is looking like it's kind of sealed at least for your
Oh,
Michigan
and
Tech
that's
Huskies.
gonna secure. Oh, it's a big stop from Iatomic, just crushing Adala's dreams there. But he's gonna get another opportunity here, at least to clear. You got to put this one in the net right now, or else it's over. And coach, it's over.
So all it needs to do is ball touch the ground, and we are at 3-0.
And that is gonna be it. How amazing from your MTU Huskies! What a showing.
And obviously great showing from the Huskies. We are gonna go to a little bit of a break so we can get someone up here to kind of do a post game interview. But that being said, great Rocky League. You know, you hate to see a 3-0 because it's completely one sided, but they've been putting a lot of work since the start of the semester, right? Everyone's been on campus now for about a month, and they just had a great showing today, and hopefully they can continue to that for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
All right, joining us in the booth is the great Adam Chrysley, also known as Sonder. Great performance today. So tell us about kind of your mindset in the game.
Honestly, we just wanted to go out there, do the best we could. You know, we've been practicing these past couple weeks, putting in work, and we're glad to see that it paid off.
Sure. Obviously, University of St. Thomas, a tough opponent, right? And, you know, this obviously being poor timing, right? A day on career fair. So how did career fair go for you, Adam?
It went really well. I have some interviews scheduled for tomorrow morning, so I'm super excited about those. And honestly, I got to go out and meet a lot of new people, make some new connections. So
Awesome.
I'd say it went amazing.
Good. And anyone you would like to thank before we cut off?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents and my two sisters. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Well, this is great high flying Rocky League action.
Mhm.
Obviously, your Michigan Tech Huskies going 3-0 today. We do have Overwatch tomorrow, Kennesaw State. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And for us in the booth, that is goodbye.